You know, when you go to an RV rally, it costs more than just the campground and the fees for the rally. You tend to see things others have, and you want to upgrade a few parts. So, I did upgrade my chairs to the CGI Pro Rocker. Very comfortable. I did talk to this, I think CGI detailing guys for Oliver. I think I'm getting that name right, not confused with the chairs. They gave me a bunch of tips on buffing and cleaning my Oliver. So I did go ahead and just go with a synthetic clay bar. Try that and a buffer. And I already have compound and stuff in there for fiberglass. And I did find my 4 extra lug nuts at AutoZone. And of course just upgraded my pressure gauge and various little things. And that's it. You gotta watch going to these rallies and seeing cool things. But I did want to upgrade these components and give the Oliver a fresh wash. That's about it. Okay, after checking all of my lugs and replacing my lugs, I did find at least 5 cracked lugs with the aluminum covers on them. So it's good that I took the time to listen at the Oliver rally and immediately order some new chrome solid lug nuts. There you have it. Check your stuff. One thing I did wrong this week was when I ordered my solid chrome lug nuts, I mistakenly ordered a 20-pack. A 24-pack are much more difficult to find, but you can find them out there. So I did have to go out to local auto store and get 4 more, and they don't match exactly. I'm just gonna have to live with the Oliver Fashion Police giving me tickets at rallies and stuff. I think I'll live with it. I found 5 or 6 cracked original lug nuts with the outer shield here, and I have 4 more. I bet you I'll find at least 1 more cracked lug nut shield on these last 4, and we'll see how it goes. I'd rather have the solid chrome no matter what they look like, and go from there. I had put them all on already when I realized I only had 20, so I'm not going to return them because I used them and I marred them up. So I'm going to try to keep my integrity and not return them for that. It's no big deal as long as these work well enough. What I did find is the 19 millimeters is the pretty close equivalent of 3/4, at least as I can see online. So, but you do want the 1/2 inch 20 lug nuts here, if you can see it. Get the glare off. So, I guess there's 20 threads inside, and so you do want that. I'll try these. Hopefully they work out. And I'll probably keep 1 or 2 lug nuts in the truck just in case something comes up and these, some reason have a problem on the road. I am putting them on at about 105 to 110 pounds of foot-pounds of pressure on the lug nuts, and that's what I'm doing. They've worked for me so far. So sure enough, I replaced the last 4, and just like the ratio I was getting, I found one really good cracked shield on this nut here. And I did look to see where these were made. Of course, I got these from AutoZone, and that's the part number there. And remember, 19th millimeters is pretty much the equivalent of 3/4. The new lug nuts fit perfectly and the same as the original 19 millimeter lug nuts. They felt the same in my socket, 19 millimeter socket, as the lug nuts that were specified as specifically 19 millimeter. I really had no difference in play, and a very little play at that. But what I did find interesting was, I was like, hey, wonder where these are made. Of course they're China, maybe, but they're assembled in the USA. Now, what is there to assemble? Now these I can see assembly because they have an outer shield, but these are solid chrome make. And the package says contains items from China or Taiwan. That's a big difference, folks. I'm just saying, it's one or the other. I just found that interesting that this brand had that noted like that. Anyway, again, you do want the half-inch -20 bulge acorn shaped lug nuts for the Oliver aluminum rims, at least for the older models, at least 2016 to 19, maybe 2020. I know recently they changed the rims, so I can't speak to that. So that's about it for now. You can't tell these are cracked unless you take them off. Some of the cracks are so small, they're inside the rim of the tire. So you have to take these off sometimes to see if they're cracked. So do yourself a favor. It's a simple thing to do. Just put solid chrome lug nuts on, okay? Especially if you're going to travel far and often. One thing I did want to talk about is on the way home from the Oliver rally, this front passenger tire here on my Oliver was losing about 10 pounds of pressure every hour or hour and a half. So I kind of limped home. Couldn't find any objects in it, and all the bead tests proved to be tight, and I didn't see a leak here either, but it was so slow it was hard to see. Took it to the tire shop. They did a dunk tank test, pumped it up to 90 pounds of pressure. It held. So what I think it really was with the tire pressure monitor system sensor on the new stem, which I really don't care for the stems. My old ones were metal. That I did notice that this stem, the surface of the stem had little tiny scratches in them, maybe even grooves. So I suspected it wasn't holding tight to the sensor with the rubber gasket in there. So I did two things. One, I took some light sandpaper and I sanded down the top of the valve in hopes of trying to smooth out the surface of the valve so it has a tighter fit against this sensor. Another thing I did was I took some plumber's grease and a little tiny plastic pick so I could get the grease in on the seal of this sensor in hopes that it'll keep it moist and soft and get a better fit. So far, so good. I'm keeping my tires for travel at around 50 pounds of pressure, and for these tires, the rating and the weight of the trailer, 50 is even a little overboard. 45 would be more than enough pressure. Again, check your tire rating. These are the Agilus Cross Climate Michelin. But so that's what I'm doing, and that's what I did. I think it's holding for now. It's on there nice and snug. So I'll keep an eye on my tire pressure as I go to the egg rally next week. That's about it. I really like these CGI chairs because they do fold up under my tonneau cover above my decked drawer system, which with this tonneau cover and the drawers, I only have 9.5 inches to spare. So they fit great in here with plenty of space.